Yes, we're coming in. Hey, hi, how are you guys, man? How's the whole Christmas? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Christmas. Yes, to me, it's still Christmas. It'll be Christmas until the year is over. That's how I treat Christmas. I love Christmas. I mean, this year it's a bit different because it's it's very different this year because of the fact that we've got all these crazy things happening, right? Like COVID and stuff, and it's it's tough on people. So it's tough on my family, my friends, and everyone out there. So I'm hoping that you guys all, you guys are having a safe Christmas at the moment. Yeah. Yes. I there might be echoes coming in through on today's stream. I don't know why it's been happening. I've been trying to figure it out. I've been isolating different sources, and it even happens occasionally on some of my recordings, which is extremely annoying. So I haven't been able to iron that out. I might have to kick this Go XLR out because it's happening because of probably the Go XLR. Yeah. Or the microphone. One of the two, right? Hey Chico, how are you, man? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. Ergon Demirel, hi. Risky Pradana, how are you? Yes, today is gonna be an interesting day. I hope you guys are having a good time. Christmas was good for you. All the holidays was good for you. Yeah. For me it's children, the kids had a really good time. Except we had a slight little, I don't know, maybe bad news in a sense, because I had to take my son to the optometrist the other day, so to have to check his eyes out. So apparently the youngest child might have to go for eye surgery at some stage if we don't arrest a condition in his eye. And the older one, who's only 4 years old, he's got very high astigmatism. So I was like, what? Blame it on COVID, man. Outdoor activities for children was reduced, so I try my best to bring the boys out as much as I can. Yeah, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to spend Christmas with the two boys as much as I could. Yeah. Greetings from Sri Lanka, Daniel De Silva. How are you, man? It's Christmas holidays till the 3rd of January. Yeah, that's exactly the philosophy, man. Jalgama, morning. How are you? Okay, so what is the plan for today on today's stream? Today, we're gonna do several things. Along the way, I'm gonna try and explain the split block as well, right? Okay, so I'm gonna try and do several things, but the more important thing is I want to attempt, or rather, I want to show you guys a way of doing Moneyball on a Football Manager. But this is the part where I'm setting it up, so it's very relevant at this stage where you're setting it up. How do you set it up? When does it become useful, and what do you need to do? So several caveats. First up, as you probably know, because when I stream, I like to leave, I don't do masking of attributes because people always ask me to check some players' attributes out, so masking doesn't really help. And so what I'm going to do, we're going to do it that way, with the masking will be off, but I will show you exactly the information that I track as far as Moneyball is concerned. And I want to apply Moneyball to a Nottingham Forest save, Moneyball to my Sporting Lisbon save. Speaking of Sporting, yes, we did quite well. We are the Europa Cup champions. We managed to beat Leicester City in the semi. We managed to beat Leicester in the final 2-1, which was a tough game. And then we managed to. On the way there, we took out Ajax as well, right? So we had to play Ajax. So it was a very, very. I mean, the basis of the show, the last one I did, where I analyzed my team. That analysis was the reason why we were able to do so well, as in identifying patterns of play and stuff like that. I'm gonna come up with one more after the fact, so to show you guys how I analyze the semifinals, right? So that will be up. But meanwhile, back here with Moneyball, we're going to look at Moneyball. I'm going to set up Moneyball for my team. This team here. Hey, Barcelona. Barcelona have a lot of work to do, man, this year. Yeah, there's a part of me that also started a save with the Barcelona youth team because I want to try and, manage the Barcelona youth team and see how far I can go with that. But meanwhile, here, let's get cracking with the show. My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. Yeah, this is just I was just analyzing my last match. I played this game against Stoke. We won 3-2. So yeah, I was just analyzing my own match. So typically I go into matches and what I do is I like to see how we did. I know that some people I look at one of my players who didn't perform very well this game. This guy, so I wanted to see whether there was any particular reason why he didn't do so well. So I went to his performance in general. The area of the game that I thought he really didn't show up right as a link player was look at that, 19 passes completed only. I mean, let's not talk about the strikers, right? So his contribution was very, very low in terms of linking up play. And then I started looking out for whether maybe he was doing something good. I mean, 4 tackles won in the game, right? That's to be expected in the position he's playing in because he won tackles here, right? So this is one of the things he was doing. He tracked all the way back and won that tackle. And I was looking for things like key passes as well, because he is playing in my system. He was playing as a volante. So when I looked at it and I went like, that was actually a very bad performance from Saul. But now let's look at his attributes, right? Or rather his traits. Play short, simple passes. This is the thing that held him from performing really well. So yeah, I wasn't very impressed with his performance, man. How do you get heat maps? No, this is the beta. I don't know if I do not know if Tom has released the final version yet. So you gotta go and check the forums out. I think he's released a new version of the skin. It might have it inside there. Right. So now let's talk about Moneyball, right? So what is Moneyball? Moneyball is essentially a way where you analyze a player's how good a player is, right? Based on statistics over the course of a season, and then you make a decision based on statistics. You're trying to find value for money, essentially, right? So in the game of Football Manager, there are a lot. This year we have a few more statistics, but generally the statistics haven't changed very much. The only addition this year is XG, right? So there are 2 ways of approaching it. Now, if you're doing a lower league management, where you have you must player attributes, right? So it's going to be a bit more challenging because you'll have to scout these players and bring them in. But when it comes to scouting, there's only one thing I believe in, right? So like this scouting plan, right? I always look at this first. I mean, I don't know why we've got 2 of these. Or rather, no, 2 of these. We'll just leave this fine. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. All right. So I like it to look at pros and cons. Why? Because this is very important for me. Right? Whenever Moneyball is basically using statistics to measure whether or not you can get a player for value. Meaning, okay, sometimes you look for players, right? You want to know whether or not he brings anything to the game. Like, how Liverpool is currently scouting. They look at statistics of a player to see whether or not he's underrated, right? Sometimes you'll find these kind of gems. But before we hit the Moneyball, let's talk about scouting in general, right? So because this is going to be part of your Moneyball strategy. So for me, when I talk about Moneyball, I have this overarching criteria first, and then I will look at the stats. So before I even look at the performances of a player, you need to shortlist players. And this is very relevant for a lower league management, especially because in lower league management, you don't have a lot of time, right? You only have like 2 weeks. So how are you going to get all the information on a player? Sometimes you don't get all the information. What I want is this information first. Like here, inconsistency and doesn't enjoy big matches, I will automatically rule him out. I won't even look at him, right? There's inconsistency is something I get very worried about, because this sometimes when they inbred with this, it takes a really long time for them to kick this attribute out. And doesn't enjoy big matches is another one. But the worst attribute, the worst con is, of course, for me, the worst one, right, of all of them is the competitive streak one. Because that's the one that if it's tied into high aggression with the dirtiness, because that's the dirtiness rating. So if it's got high aggression, you sometimes see the player, picking up yellow cards left, right, and center. So then you get into a lot of trouble. Like, what the hell are you gonna do now, right? So that's one. The other thing I look at is natural fitness. Why is natural fitness important? Natural fitness is important because you want to know, especially during periods of fixture congestion, whether that player can be relied on. Because if he's got low natural fitness, what's going to happen is his recovery time between matches is going to be very long. So if a player is like 8 natural fitness, don't expect him to be available in 48 hours. Second thing about low natural fitness is sometimes these players pick up knocks, right? And then they're not available. Or sometimes they don't, combine with poor stamina, they won't even last 45 minutes. At the 45th minute mark, you'll be wondering, why is this player's condition so poor? Low natural fitness or low stamina. So things I always look at. So like for this player right now, so if I'm just looking at that, right, I won't even bother looking at the rest of his attributes. So that's how quickly I decide whether a player is worth it or not. I won't. Because for me, CA and PA, I value current ability. I don't really care about potential ability, because a 2-star player or a 3-star player can still be a very good player for your team. Good point to note, you want consistency in performances, right? You don't get consistency from high PA. You get consistency from a player being able to play in his position and play that position well. So you're looking for a player who has got the right kind of attributes, right? So you want to play them. If you are looking at developing Nugents, that's a different story. Then yes, I will look at PA. I will look at PA very carefully, and then I will look at key attributes like natural fitness, determination, and then to see whether he fits the bill of the player that I want to assign. So now we've got all these players. Now the thing about Moneyball is this, okay? You're gonna have to have your filters up. You're gonna have your shortlist up. So we've got a player search here. So this is my scouting super list, right? Okay. So in my scouting super list, I have like things like what I track. Okay, let's start with defenders first. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Yapstam. Yapstam, if you aren't, then you should go and try and watch some of his matches when he used to play for Manchester United. Yapstam is probably one of the most underrated central defenders in United's history. I mean, Ferguson himself admitted that he underrated him, because this is one player who was smart enough to know where to be in the right time, so he didn't have to put in a tackle. So whenever I look at my defenders, I'm always looking at this interceptions per 90 minutes. Now, if I find that a player has high interceptions per 90 minutes versus hitters won in 90 minutes, meaning, let's take a look at this number here. This guy, Jay Shackleton, right? He's got 2.54 interceptions, 1.69. Okay, this is good. I mean, for an advanced player, he reads the game really well and cuts off passes. I'm very interested in this already. A player like this, I get very excited, right? But now we're looking for fullbacks. I want fullbacks now, okay? So I'm looking for a fullback. Now, how do I know if he's a good fullback? If he intercepts a lot of passes, his mental attributes are probably going to be quite good, right? So let's drop this all to just fullbacks, right? So we go to fullbacks alone. Now we look at this guy now. 3.59 interceptions per 90. This guy is insane. We've got another one here with 4.35 per 90. These guys are reading the game so well, or either they're very, very fast, or they read the game really well and they can intercept. They don't have to tackle. So they are hit. Then we're looking at headers, right? Now headers is like for central defenders, right? If you have that's for fullbacks, right? So headers not so important for them, but for the central defenders it becomes important. Okay, now for central defenders, what you want is high interceptions, because they read the danger before they have to hit. This guy, Dan Burn, right? He's asking to leave. He's only played one appearance, so you got to be very careful with this, right? So we can't trust this. This is just one match. We want something with a bigger, there's a bigger pool, right? So this guy here, 2.50 over 5, no, only 5 sub appearances, 22 appearances here. This is not too bad. Liam Moore, the Jamaican, he reads the game really well, okay? Well, it gets 2.64 hitters a game. Well, because someone else can hitters one, that's fine. But these interceptions are nice. I like this because this indicates they read the game well enough to intercept the danger before it happens. So, like, you know, this one thing that's not here. Tackles one. I don't care about tackles. Seriously, I don't give a rat's ass about tackles because if I have to look at tackles, it's a bit late in the game, right? Okay. So this is for my defenders and my fullbacks and my defenders, right? So interceptions are very good. Okay. So, hey, Zonza, how was my weekend? My weekend was fun. I had a lot of fun with my kids, man. Thanks for asking. Thank you very much for asking. Ping Ting, good morning. Jahid, yo, Marcel says are looking good on Discord. Yeah, I've been seeing. I've been very busy these last couple of days with the kids. I tried to do one. I've done a scouting guide, simple scouting guide for the guys on Patreon. I don't know. I hope it came out okay though. Yeah, because last couple of days just been a very strange in terms. I haven't even fired Football Manager very much. Right? I played for a few hours. That's about it. Okay, we're gonna get to the other players very soon, right? So we've got these done. Okay, now let's look at strikers only, right? Okay, now if you want your player to, because we don't have a lot of metrics in the game to measure wingers, right? What if you got cross completion? By hell, man, cross completion is a function of the tactic, not the function of the player, right? So it doesn't. Just because the guy seems to have a very high cross completion rate doesn't mean that he's very good at crossing the ball. It just means that he was able to cross the ball. There's a slight difference between the two. So it really depends on your own setup with your tactic. But here now we're looking at strikers. Shots over 90, XG and goals. Okay, what am I looking at? Two things. When it comes to strikers, I want to find strikers, right, who have got good accuracy, right? Who at least get like a few shots off in a game and make sure that over the 90 minutes, right, their shots are on target. See, this is shots on target per 90. I'm not interested in the total number of shots they made. I want to know how accurate those shots are, whether they can force the keeper into a save, because that means that these are good shots. Now then after that I look at XG. Okay, now once I know this player is able to put out like 1 or 2 shots or 2 or 3 shots a game, then I look at his expected goals, like, then it becomes a function that will tell me how good he is at putting himself either in a good position or how good that tactic was that they were using at creating space for the striker. Right, so here we've got shots at 90, so this guy is definitely not some Pookie. 0.92, not too excited about him, right? XG 4.33, goals 2. This is like, when you see something like this, you get like, oh man, I'm so sad. I'm not signing you. Because expected to score 4 goals in the game, but you only managed to put in 2. That's not very good, right? So here we've got a player that's got he has 2 shots a game, all right? And his shots are all probably from range because they are low XG. He gets low XG. His current XG per game, because this is the expected goals, right? His expected goals is only 0.85 for the in 2 games he's played. So this XG is going to be over time, right? Total XG, right? So like this guy's played 21 games, his XG is 10.25. You want to find that this is close to his delivery rate, right? So this is not too bad. He delivers quite well. This guy, wow. XG is 7.44. His goals are higher than his XG. It means that some of these are probably difficult chances that he scored. Maybe some long range ones, some from tighter angles. He gets 1.25. This guy is worth looking at. This player is very, very interesting, right? Because this guy's got pretty good numbers, right? Then we've got, so this is how you look at players. You're looking at value, right? You're looking for some players that have got extremely good value. Like here, expected goals 9, played 18 games, 1.8. That means he gets like 2 shots away in a game, right? 2 shots away in a game. He's played 18 games, right? So his scoring numbers are close to about, 7. That's not too bad as well. His conversion rate is not that bad. It's not that bad. But this particular case, it doesn't mean that they're gonna score you a lot of goals in your tactic. Your tactic has to be able to create opportunities for them to score, right? So it's not a case of you find this player, you put him in your club, and he's miraculously gonna start scoring you goals. Right? So this guy for 2.6 million, not that bad as well. And they want to let him go. For minimum asking price is 900k, 1.3. This could be a really good signing for our team. See, then after this, right, you go to this. Very technical, enjoys big matches, fairly consistent. This guy will fit all the bill. So immediately, without even having to look at anything else, right? If you didn't notice, I didn't go and look at attributes, right? Right. Without looking at attributes, I will sign the player immediately. Immediately, I will just go in and go like, okay, transfer, because he doesn't have any of the other things, like he gets into injuries and whatever. So now I'm gonna ask the agent about the availability. I believe Lugo will be somewhere between 3.1 to 4.3 to make the deal possible. Exit talks. Okay, fine, transfer. We can add him to our shortlist. Okay, or this is definitely going to be a player that I want to track. Let's create a note. Okay, now let's talk about wider players. Okay, now this becomes interesting. Now your inside forwards and your inside forwards and inverted wingers, right? These guys are going to be your key pass generators, or at least your assist generators, right? So you're looking for players who have XG. They also have some XG, right? So now we're going to look at players in this position. Okay, wide left, right? So we're looking for players who attempt a lot of passes in a game, right? And generate key passes, meaning that these guys are always playing good passes into space. They might even be switching play. They're generating assists in a game, like assists per 90, right? So these are the players that you want to look at. Like he has played 16 appearances, has had 2 clear-cut chances. This guy has played 21 matches, has had 32 clear-cut chances created, which sounds like a bug. Seriously, it's like almost unbelievable that this man has done so many. But look at these numbers, right? Key pass per 90 is almost 1 key pass a game. He's played 20. 1 key pass every 2 games. Has had 5 assists and assists 90. Then you probably want to know whether I would probably go to Hull and check whether he's playing set pieces, corners, and the like, right? So you want to make sure that he's not the guy who, when Hull plays, right, he's not the one that's taking corners. So we go into one of their games, right, and then we go analytical data, and then we look for, it's not showing me anything. I don't know whether I can get anything from here. Yeah, I can't. I would have to have this league completely loaded in full, right? So let me see this. Let's see if you have to have the league loaded. Let me see if there's a way to do this. Nope. Let's go. Let's find that team again. Scouting, squad, scouting shortlist, player search. Where was that guy again? There we go. Hull, right? Okay. Let's see some way we can do this. You gotta get analyst report first, and I won't be able to see everything from here. Stats, form. Yeah, I can't see everything. I have to track his form. I have to look for a match where he's playing. How do I do this? How? Senior squad. Away. comprehensive highlights. Okay. Show me something. Just waiting for the game to do something for me. Nope. Nope. Not getting it. Yeah, if you can get it, then you'd have to go into that and to see whether he's taking corners, right? I'll have to do that. I'll have to actually send a scout to look at him now. Right, so that makes sense. Okay, so we go back to player search. So for the wider players, like the wingers, right, I'm looking for things like key passes. I'm looking at assists. I'm looking at clear cut chances. And then on top of that, I'll be looking at this XG. So this guy gets into a lot of dangerous places, right? Shots per 90, 80, expected goal 7, has scored 6 goals already, 21. Not a bad, it's actually not a bad player as well, right, for Hull. Then we go down the list, looking for appearances. Again, looking for assists, 3, assists per 90, 0.1 is pretty okay, I guess. It's like not that bad. Then we can do it like this as well. You want to have a nice pool of results, right? Like 15 games or 7 or 8 games. Enough for you to make an assessment on a player. Otherwise, you have to scout him and you have to have an analyst on him as well. So here we've got 0.57. That's not too bad, man. Assists per 90. 8 assists, 1 key pass per 90. Wow. Who's this player? He's only 210k per week. Now it depends on the league he's in, right? So 32 years old, 12 balance, bravery 6, not good enough. So then after that, because we have all of these players loading up, right? So I've got complete, like, I've got no masking, or my masking is on, right? So now what I want to do is I want to go to my scouting, because my assignment was all set to this guy. I'm taking over now. Okay, so I'm assigning my scouts as well. Okay, we only got a few. So right now, I'm gonna send my scouts out to the UK. Right, because that is the region where I'm gonna be spending most of my time now. Okay, so we want to have natural fitness of 12, and I want determination of 12. Okay, potential scouted current ability, I want them to be at least fairly good. Okay. I don't care about potential ability at the moment, right? So I just want the scouted current ability to be fairly good. I want them to be able to play for my first team. Right, so we're going out there and we just start this assignment. I think I made a slight mistake with this. I have to edit this. I have to set a time for this, right? So I'm gonna set it for 6 months. Okay, then I'm gonna set another assignment. We've got these two on next opposition. I got two more free, right? So okay, create assignment. Again, I'm gonna set these guys to Europe. Okay, and I'm gonna set them for natural fitness of 12 and determination of. Okay. I might go and do that again. So now I want to look for some players who are younger. Okay, so the age range is going. I need to put in the age range. Is at most 20, 23, right? Scouted potential is good. I'm looking for players that I can add to my team, right? So okay, so we got these two scouts out. I've got creating another assignment because we're gonna be affected by what's that thing called? Brexit, right? So that's it. We don't have to go with okay, I'm just gonna leave it as 4. We got see what comes back. Because I only got 4 available anyway. Okay, I had a chat with Yasin and I was not being able to pursue a move to Dundalk. Well, the offer, my boy, was quite shite. Okay. Progress. Yeah, you've not been developing as well. Why didn't I want him to go? have no idea why I said no to him. Whatever. Discuss the number of matches. Hell. Decline, not interested. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to play another game. So that's how I set it up. Now we're gonna set that up. Now what's gonna happen is my shortlist will appear, right? So now slowly my scouting center is gonna start giving me players. Let's see my inbox. Do I have anything here? You've got a match against Preston coming up as well. So my shortlist, I'm gonna start adding players to my shortlist, right? Okay. And players that I'm interested in signing. Right, so players I can afford to sign are going to be added to my shortlist, and then I will have my own Moneyball shortlist here. Okay, so this is my Moneyball shortlist. Then I'll have all the, because once if you are playing LLM saves, right, you're going to be sending your scouts out. They're going to do analysis for you as well, right? So you can send analysts out. You're going to send scouts out for a player, and then you're going to get all these numbers in. That's when I start shortlisting my players. So far, I've got a few players I want to sign. Velocus, application rejected. Okay. Veloso said, this was not done by me, man. This was done by my ass-man, so idiot. He's been signing players. Oh, work permit rules. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay. We're gonna check Hull out as well. Points system based on for international appearances. Okay, league appearances. Okay, gets points for that. Club international appearances. Club leagues must be in this. Okay, the point system based on the following criteria: international. So he has to have made international appearances. Basically, I need a player that has played internationals. In blue, man. This is gonna be tough. So I'm gonna be totally all English players. What's the point of creating notes? There's a timetable. The reason why I create notes is this, because over time, right? Whenever I want to sign a player, it pops up in the news, right? Okay. You see this yellow dot here? Even if it appears in your news, right? When you see a yellow dot, you can go to the player and check out the note that you wrote for this player. Right. So here we've got a note on this player, high potential. So I'm tracking him. So it pops up, and it's a way for you to keep track. You can keep track. You can set notes on squads as well, or teams that you're facing as well. So whenever they pop up, you can do the same thing. Yeah. Okay. So now let's go to Hull again. Right. So we want to see who's taking those free kicks for Hull. Tactics senior squad. Pretty hard to see who's doing the, because I can't see based on who's, can't really tell. Let's just go into this match. This is the thing I don't like about this version of the game. Preston opposition report. So eventually what we're going to do is populate this entire list, and then after that, I'm going to go to my short list to determine which of the players I'm going to be signing. So my scouts are out. I'm going to get more information, and now it's a case of me I already set up my short list up. I know how to track the players. Now I'm going to look at my team and see whether or not I can enhance, because between now and the end of the season is when I do what I like to think of as my gap analysis to see exactly which areas of my team I need to strengthen. Okay, fluid counter attack. Who are we? We're playing Preston North End. Preston is here. Conversion rate is like 6%. Defensive, wow. That's not. We're both in the same category, I guess. Okay, this will be interesting. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, this is a different one. This is my low block counter, but this uses a split block. In case people are wondering, right? This is a split block. I got close down more and mark tighter on it. Except I don't have any of these guys doing it. Now, what happens with a split block when you're doing a low line of engagement is they still pay attention to the line of engagement, the guys up front, right? So they will drop, these guys will drop, and then within that zone, because you have to remember each player has his own closing down radius, right? Once the opposition passes that space, right? He leaves the radius, the zone where he's supposed to be closing down. So this player is gonna try until that player reappears in his zone. So yeah. So it's important to understand that as well. Do not has the option for secret kicks. Yeah, no, doesn't have. There's no expected assist per 90. I don't know if it's ever gonna come into the game. It's a bit disappointing that we don't have it, right? I was really hoping to see it in the game, but they never added it as a feature in the game. I did ask the question, expected assist per 90. They didn't come back with me any information on that. Change season expectations. Okay. Due to your performance, we would like to offer you the opportunity to change. Promotion. Confirm. Okay, thank you very much. So we're still using my complete training schedule for my team. It's still too early to see the effects on players, right? So most of them have got some minor increases in attributes, but by next year, by the end of the season, we should be able to tell. In my spotting save, there are a few players who've seen some positive, quite a few of them have got attribute changes, or rather attribute increases. Okay, did I actually decide who's playing? Or did I just click continue without thinking? Oh man, I really don't like the way I play this game nowadays. Knockout, Maiten, Aguero, Pantovic, Cafu. Positioning 10. You're very creative, but you're not going to help us very much, are you? Arrest lead in the opponent's area. Guerrero has been playing quite well, so I'm going to keep Guerrero on. Lyle Taylor. Oh! Guys, we got our Simranjit Singh Tandi into the outside, right? So we're going to do training and development. Simranjit Tandi. Welcome, my boy. So you're going to be a fullback, son, okay? Your agility is not very good, Mr. Singh. So Mr. Singh, your agility and balance be something that be working on, okay? You're defending on the right, you'll be his cover. Where are you, Mr. Sim Tandi? You're here? Yes. Bashiru has been absolutely fantastic in this position, so I'm going to play him here. Okay, Cafu we signed him on loan, he's just useless. Joe Lolly is not 100%. Pantovic can't play this game. There's no way Pantovic to be signed. Joe Worrell as well. It's a bit of a fitness issue. Iano is not that bad. He's got no jumping reach to talk about. Let's go and defend this. Okay, so this guy is injured. This guy needs a rest, so he's not playing. Tandi and Gaten Bong. Okay, Iano. This is gonna be very, very dangerous. Okay, then in the AMC position, Pantovic is... Lolly can't play. Knockout. Passing, dribbling. Decisions very poor. Will Swan. Passing, vision, decisions. Can I... Wow. It'll take a bold man to play Will Swan today in this position. And it's conference League 2 at best. Now got Lyle Taylor now. Lyle Taylor is more or less a player who's like, he can play from this position. Maiten. Oh, Pantovic won't last. He won't last. He'll just get injured. Wow, this is gonna be tough. MCs. Arthur. Okay, Arthur, you play here then. Okay. Play out of position. You might make a mistake, but at least I don't get into trouble. Yep, okay, that's it. We're gonna take a chance, right? Hey, Mikhail, how are you, man? Try to see. Is it possible to get this list? What, the Moneyball short list? Yeah, it's in the it should be inside the Dropbox folder. Let me check. Whoops. Wrong chat. That was dangerous. Gotta close this one. Public folder. I think it's views, right? Oh, I haven't uploaded here. Okay, so let me upload it here. Upload the file. I wonder where it's here. Wait, it should be in shortlist. Is it shortlist or views? It's views rather, right? Upload files. Views. D. Views. Oop. Documents. There we go. Moneyball shortlist. This will appear in your shortlist, your scouting shortlist. Right, this is the first one. Alright, then the other one, the super list, right, is for your player search window. Right, so this is for your player search window. So you have to understand the difference between the two. This will appear in your shortlist window and this will appear in your player search window. So both of them are already uploaded. Okay, auto numbers submit. So they're both there if you want to use it. Yeah, I just checked. How are decisions and vision different? Decisions and vision is to see the past. Decision is to decide on the past to take. Right? So basically, you see an opportunity in front of you. That's vision, right? The ability to see an opportunity, see something unfolding. That's the vision. How far ahead can you see it? Like, you have the how far ahead do you see that? If your vision is very high, then you probably can see 2 moves ahead. Right? You know that this player is going to go there and that player is going to go there, right? Then decisions is different from vision because decisions attribute or affect what you do, right? You're gonna have like 30 options. You're gonna have 30 possible things that you can do in the game. You can choose to tackle, you can choose to run, you can choose to pass. And then within the pass, you can choose to pass to this guy, that guy, this guy, right? Your vision's attribute may be able to say that if I pass to this player, then, there's he might be able to see the run. He's in a better position to pass it to the next player. So that's the difference between decisions and vision. So decision just helps you process from the set of possible outcomes, possible things that you can do. Whereas vision, on the other hand, just gives you the ability to anticipate or to see a certain event unfolding on the pitch. Okay, so what am I going to say? I'm going to leave it to this guy to say something to them. Okay. Preston North End, kicking off. Let's see whether we can go into a sideline view. Oh man, it's dark. That must be at night. Okay, so we're going to watch it like this. The reason why we're doing it like this is because I don't really like it when... I know they have got lighting effects now to mimic the time. Like, it's in the evening and, you can't really see very clearly or whatever. Oh man, Yates has gone down. That was early. Cafu. And he can't tackle to save his life. So now we have a slight problem. Oh, Preston is going to make it very hard for us. Hey, Justina's. I'm glad it's there. It can help you out. But I like their shortlist a lot. Yeah, I really like their shortlist, especially when it comes to me deciding who I should sign. When I want to evaluate between strikers, for example. Hey, offside. No, offside. No, it's in. Yes, we take the lead. Because the thing about this game, I know that I'm not a big fan of signing players based on like potential ability alone, because or current ability, like that kind of stuff, right? I mean, I like a current ability to see whether a player don't get sent off. Okay. I look at current ability to assess how he fits in my team, right? Another player has gone down. Dear Lord. Who am I playing against, man? What is Preston all about? Preston are taking my players out one by one. They've got hard tackling on. Oi, this is war. This is war. That means you I can take out now. Who are you? Yeah, I'm gonna take you out the game. "28 minutes in and they've already taken out two of my players. One of them is Yates, who I need, man. Two of my players. Bye, Messi. Do you save the life? What do you mean by save the life? I don't know what that means. Got a knockout playing well. Guerrero holds out the ball. Okay, God, picking up yellow cards, very good. Can we get one red card for some of their players, please? This is incredible, man. Idan Bronze, what does that mean? Do you save the life? Oh, Bashiru is looking like he's gonna collapse very soon. It lasted until 45 minutes. That's good enough for me. Look at this guy. I cannot make another substitution. I'm in trouble after that. Oh, YouTube. After this, you'll be able to review this. To make it easier for people, I actually upload it onto. I upload this. I mean, I don't upload this. These are live streams right on YouTube. So I've created a playlist of my live streams. So then once I have finished right with the show, because it can take a really long time for these saves to get processed. Sometimes it can take up to 48 hours. But if I put them into a playlist, you guys can actually come back and watch them almost immediately. So that's possible if I put them in a playlist. So they are in a playlist. So you should be able to watch these at any time. Which is the reason why I prefer streaming on YouTube instead of on Twitch. Is time marking on striker always a good choice? In FM21, it seems to be the go-to choice right now. You know why? Because there are a lot of times when you notice strikers getting in between the defenders whenever you play the offside trap. Right? So if you're the kind of player that plays the offside trap, then I strongly recommend tight marking the strikers so that at least, because remember what I said about each player has a zone, right? So you see all these players, each individual player has a zone, closing down zone, right? So the moment a player enters his zone, then when you have tight marking on, he gets even closer to the target. Now, I want my defenders to be there, especially if it's a lone striker. There is a risk when you do that, especially if it's like a complete forward and support, right? You're taking a risk now. Complete forward and support with a trequartista, then I'm in trouble, right? Because my defender might get pulled out of position. So it's not always a good choice, but you're doing it for reasons. Like I'm doing it so that I don't get caught by the ball over the top, if that makes any sense, right? So I want to make sure that it doesn't always get a free header or get the ball in between my two defenders and get away with it. But in FM21, it seems to be, it's almost, opposition instructions seem to be damn important in FM21 as opposed to FM20. I find that they are a lot more powerful in FM21. The only ones I don't usually use are this. Sorry, not this one. This one. No, not this one. Where is it? This guy. Show on 2 foot, right? I don't use show on 2 foot at all. I use things like pressing intensity. I don't want these guys to get into position to cross the ball. Right, so when they come down my flanks, I want somebody to press them immediately, so that they don't get away with, they don't get an easy crossing opportunity, because that's what you're gonna find sometimes. See, like fullbacks coming up the pitch, right, and they cross, they get so much time and space to cross the ball. So I put close down more on them. See this guy, he's got closing down more, he's tracking, but then he will stop after a point. So that's the downside of, let's say, if you, like, I do a split block, right? See this guy? Did you see the movement this guy did? I just show it to you again. This is because of the split block. Where is the thing? I know somebody asked me about this recently on Discord, so I wanted to explain it here. So watch this, right? This is the split block acting, because I've given him close down much more as well. So he comes in, you see this guy? He's within his zone already, right? So his zone is actually here. But because I've done close down much more, his zone kind of increased his zone slightly, right? Then on top of that, we're playing with a lower line of engagement. So I'm dropped my line of engagement into my own third. So now I know that within this area, right, like the midfield third, if the ball is there, their team is there, and if their team is there, my players, the opposition players are near my player, he's in his zone, then he will go in and do the job. So you see what's done? He's gone to close down. The downside with close down more when you do a split block is you take away some of the attacking efficiency. Meaning, if you hadn't been closing down more, he wouldn't be so close, right? He'll be further up. So he might be in a better position to do a counter attack. So it's a bit of it's slightly more defensive. What statistic do I see for an inside forward? For an inside forward, I'm looking at key passes, pass completion rate. So I'm looking at his passes per 90. I'm looking at key passes and CCCs and assists, because the inside forwards are gonna be the ones that are gonna have a lot of assists, if possible, and a lot of assists. They're probably gonna either score a lot of goals or they're gonna create a lot of goals. So I'm looking for that. That's the statistic I'm looking for. I'm also looking for pass completion numbers, because I don't want to have an inside forward that's always losing the ball, right? You know, he's in a very nice position. That's the worst place to lose the ball. If you lose the ball with the inside forward, chances are you might even concede a goal. So I'm looking for pass completion numbers for my inside forward. I'm also looking for key passes or assists, right? For my, how many assists per 90? If he's got a high assist number, it shows that this guy can also create chances. Because sometimes you might be playing a play, you're looking for, remember this, I'm looking for players, I'm not looking for roles, right? Here. I'm looking for a player on the flanks, and then I will make a decision whether to play him as an inside forward. Because then I know that this guy is both a creator and a scorer. Then, if I want him to be scoring a lot of goals, then I'm looking at his shot on target percentage. Right, so at least he gets like 0.60, 0.70. That means, like, you know, every game he has got like 70% shot on target percentage. It's not that bad, right? So, but you want like something like 0.7 to close 1, right? So, meaning that for every 2 shots, maybe 1 shot is on target. Oh, that's good. But for every 2 shots, 0.7 is a damn high accuracy number, because it means that, you know, he gets into position, he's always testing the keeper. But those are the things I look for. Come on, Maiten. Christie. I don't know how did we score a second goal? Must have been a corner, right? I didn't see our second goal. Based on who scored a second goal? Oh, must have been a corner. Yeah, Joe Worrell. But I wasn't paying attention. Let's go to key highlights. See, this is why I like, this is the reason why I want inside forwards to have. That would have been a key pass. That pass that was just done. That's a key pass, right? So I'm looking for those kind of inside forwards. Or inverted wingers. Then I can play him as inverted wingers or inside forwards. Oh, holy cow, we navigated this match well. We lost a few players. We lost Ryan Yates again, ankle ligaments. Preston, no, I'm gonna do a rest for this period. Recovery. Rest. Match review. Okay, so now we got this scouting reports have come. This is a list. 442 is very, very strong in Football Manager 21. Very, very strong. If you can set it up, because you got so many options in the 442, you can play with inverted wingers, you can play with inside forwards, you can play with advanced playmakers. It's insane, man. Then you got your two striker combination, which is so good in FM21. Right? So yeah. It's so good in FM21. If you're like a lower league manager, right? If you're not using two strikers, I'm not saying you might be missing out on some nice fun goals. That's all. Yeah, that's how I see it, man. How do you make a Ramdauter score more goals? Strike 4-2-3-1, short, narrow, focus, middle, and field. Ramdauter is all about space, right? So you wanna be doing like an overload on one side of the pitch, right? You can do a focus play on the left hand side of the pitch and then unlock the right hand side. You can also focus play to the middle, but Ramdauters need space. They don't get space, they don't score, right? So a lot of people, when they create like Ramdauter based systems, they play on like very high lines of engagement, and that doesn't really work with Ramdauters. Ramdauters, you're looking at a higher line or a standard line of engagement so that you get more space in between the lines, and then you do overloads. The thing about a Ramdauter based system is that you're gonna try and win the ball when the opposition has the ball and loses it, right, in midfield, so that they are committing most of their players forward already. That's the time you want to press and win. So your line of engagement is always going to be somewhere around like not even lower. It's going to be like something like this, standard line or higher line of engagement, somewhere around there. Mine is actually quite low because I'm trying to hit teams on the break all the time. Right, that's how I set up. See, I set it up like this. But you can also do it like this, force opposition outside, so that you get a lot of space on the flanks, because once their wingers once their fullbacks come up high up the pitch, your Ramdauter has got more space. So you're looking to create like an overload. Like here, if you notice, right, did you notice that deep diagonal pass that was played by this inverted winger to this inside forward? So I could change this to a Ramdauter. I'll still get the same effect. Then you can use like an AMS in this position as well. So you get like an advanced forward and a Ramdauter, both attacking this flank, but you generally have like creators on this side of the pitch. No, Tandi is not playing yet, man. Tandi is here, but he's not playing yet. But he's going to get a chance to play very, very soon. We have to give Tandi a chance to get, we're going to see how he does. Next game. Tandi has just joined the club. Where's our Tandi Singh? Simranjit Singh Tandi. There we go. Mr. Simranjit Singh Tandi. He's already joined the club. Sardarji, how are you doing, son? You're very happy. You're from India. Come, son. You'll be playing the next game for us, huh? Kairis Christie, you shut up and have a smoke, go smoke a cigar somewhere. We're giving Simranjit Singh Tandi a chance to play in the FA Cup. Debut, son. Now I'm annoying myself. Yeah, if your strikers are fast, okay, this is debatable, right? Okay. The only reason why I'm type marking my strikers, I know that if they are fast, I shouldn't be type marking them, but when okay, I give you an example. When you're playing against a lone man formation, right, where you got advanced forward only, right, he's going to be quite close to my defensive line. So I'll actually type mark him then. I don't care about whether he's fast or slow. I'll just type mark him, because if he splits my defenders, he's got very good acceleration, right? Right, if the ball gets into the space, he might be able to take off and split my two defenders. So I rather have my two defenders on him, right, or one of my defenders on him, type marking him. That way, I'm hoping that they beat him to the ball, so to speak. You gotta pick your battles. So I'm picking one battle. I'm hoping that that's enough. Most of the time, that is enough, right? Just pick one battle. Offers made for Nottingham Forest Diallo. Oh. You have never played for me. You have three international appearances. Wow. Man, Senegal likes you, so we're going to accept all the offers we can for you. Respond to all, accept all offers. Can be boarded. You can go, son. Doesn't matter to us. I'm getting too many block shots, crosses, passes. Do you know if Match Engine is trying to show that something is wrong with tactic? Usually, if you get block shots, a lot of block passes, block shots, it's a sign that your off the ball is either too low. It means your players are just very bad at finding space so that, you know, they're free to do something. Or, okay, your tactic itself may not be giving, doesn't have enough players coming up in support to give that person an option to pass the ball to, right? So it's one of the other two. So it's usually a tactic or your off the ball ratings are too low. Now, it's very easy to find out this one, off the ball, right? You're just going to look at the players. And if chances are, it'll be your tactic. So that's what you can go and do. You just go and have a look at your tactic and see whether or not it's your tactic. Why did you choose Forest? Because why did I choose Forest? Because I wanted to play Forest. I like Forest. I've always liked Forest. The one club that I wish would be back in the Premiership, man. Like, I've been waiting for them to come back to the Premiership for like a long, long time. But I think they've never been in the Premiership, have they? Yeah. Ryan Clark is delighted to have agreed terms with us. Really? Who the hell is Ryan Clark? I don't think wait, let me see if I'm in control. I don't think I'm in control of signings. No. Transfers and contracts. Handle incoming offers for first team players. That's me. Yeah. Initiating player sales under 23s. He's doing it. Gary Brazil is doing it. Finding and signing young players for the future. Initiating player signings is Gary. Okay. Initiating is Gary. Okay. Yeah, that's him. He's been doing all the initiating. So I only evaluate at the last, like, you know, after Gary has done all the work. So after Gary has done all the work, is he worth it? That's my assessment now. Fairly susceptible, competitive. Gary, we're not having him. Thanks for trying, Gary. It's not going to work. I'm letting Gary do all the hard work, and, you know, if it doesn't work, I just say no. Okay, we've got news on the scouting meeting. We definitely need a left back, right? So we're gonna get if we get promoted, we definitely need players to enhance our team, but we don't have money. All these high value targets are out of the question. 8 million. If we had 8 million, we only have 3. So we're gonna take you out. Okay, discard all these. Not interested. Okay, now we've got this guy. We'll scout him. We got these two. We'll scout these players. We'll get this guy. We'll scout him. Scouting reports are all in for this guy. Sule Kaika. I think this guy has got a problem with his inconsistency. So you're out. Amel Bella Kochap. No need to see this. Let's go to this. Ashley has to show an improved work ethic, so work rate is very low. So we'll kick you out too. Brooklyn Leons Foster. Scout report. Need to consistency. We'll kick you out too. Diego Mendoza. Report. Scout report. Wooden doesn't enjoy big matches. Son, you are out. Malcolm Ibue. Then I name very susceptible, has a competitive streak. What position are you playing? AMC. Always gonna he's got good versatility though. Has an impressive jumping reach, but has to do work in the hitting department. So he can. He's a guy that can jump, but that's about it. I guess not, right? So we're gonna discard this one. We wait for the other scout reports to come in. That was quick. Hey, no worries, man. He done bronze. His last splash improved the game. I'm about to start my main save for the year. It's always Everton. Your low block preset looks at my low block is fun to play with. If you're into that getting punched and then you want to hit them back, then it's fun. Even after a while, I can't do the low block anymore. I feel I'm getting bruised and battered all over the face with low block. But it's fun. It's fun. I won the Europa Cup with a low block system. We were playing against Leicester City in the final. We took a quick lead. We scored the first goal, then Leicester equalized. Then we scored our second goal off a corner. Let me just put that there. We scored the second goal from a corner, and then for the next 45 minutes, I went to my park the bus system. I just parked the bus for 45 minutes and just let them take punches at me. I was like, holy! I know I can't take Leicester on. No way. I cannot beat Leicester man for man. But if I park like the whole team behind the ball, except for one striker, I thought, I figured I might have a chance. Yeah, I put on my Sam Allardyce hat and it worked. It worked. So he won. So it's I do like the match engine. I know that people are, I kind of like it. Right? There are still some issues with the game, but not like major game breakers for me. But of course, for some people they are. Like if you're going to be managing a team like Everton, right, then you'll enjoy it. Okay, but if you're like one of those guys that wants to go and manage in the 7th tier in Brussels and you want to develop Nugents in some bizarre scenario where there are 170,000 players in the world in your database, then you might not enjoy the game because there's some issues. Right, but it's fine. I mean, for some people, they seem to think that the latest patch has broken the game. Like, they went like, I've been reading reports about how SI has changed match ratings in player ratings for FM20, this latest patch. But no, I've seen the change list. There is nowhere in the change list where they went and said, okay, we are changing the way ratings are measured in the game. I thought, in fact, I was thinking during the beta phase, ratings were a bit off. I mean, like, dude, why is my keeper getting 8 when he had nothing to do in the whole damn game? There was a problem at the start in beta, 100% with ratings. Because I made a mention of it as well. But now, I don't know, look at our last match, right? So we played Preston North End. Preston 6.3, 6.9. Harrop did actually have a good game, right? This guy was playing quite well. 6.1, 6.4, 6.7. 6.7 is like average. I find it a bit strange that this team lost 2-0 and they've got 3 players here who are 6.7s. 6.7 and 6.9 means they met the standard of play. Right? But if you're looking at that, you would think there is something that is untoward, right, about this, right? Okay? You would think that something is wrong. They lost 2-0. But then you look at the XG. 1.13. Actually, they did play well. They created chances, but they got sucker punched by us. So our players, on the other hand, our keeper did a 7.2. He had a lot of work to do. That was for sure. Our 2 defenders, I noticed, didn't have very much to do throughout the whole game. Right? Yates got injured so quickly in the game, he didn't have time for a match rating. Yeah. And Guerrero, well, he scored 1 goal, 7.1. That sounds a bit fair. Maiten didn't have a good game. That was apparent. Arthur actually played quite well that game. So, I mean, like, I'm not too unhappy with the match rating. So, yeah, it depends, I guess. Portsmouth, Route 1 football. Not enough data. That sounds bad. And Jena on the move. Yeah, he better be going. Okay. Olympiacos affiliate scouting report. I'm passing on news that Simon Hutton has been unable to compile a full report on Olympiacos has very little statistical data. Now, why did I want an Olympiacos affiliate scouting report? Vidley finishes a scouting sub-A. Okay, let's look at this. Would probably fail to gain a work permit. Okay, then discard. Suba has a competitive streak. Discard. I'm very fast. I just look at this, Scouting Solomon. Okay, discard. Otuno. Discard. That was quick. Discard. That's it. We're waiting for English players to show up on our front porch. Oh man, Idan, take care, man. Yeah, you should be able to watch this later. Yeah. Can I use a Carrillo if I use a fullback and an cover that space? Can I use a Carrillo if I use a fullback and an inside forward on attack? That means you got two roles that are on attack duty and you want a Carrillo to completely patrol that area. Well, a Carrillo is not a box-to-box player, right? So you will not find him entering the two boxes, right? He probably on the periphery. He will support the play as you go up and down. So you have to remember, Carrillo is a shuttler. He helps you bring the ball from one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch, right? So he stays in that zone. He's not a ball winner as such, but he helps you protect the flanks. So you can use him, but make sure that he has got very good work rate, positioning, anticipation, tackles, right? Strong mentals and high work rate. So that's what you will need from him. Because if he doesn't have those attributes, then he probably won't do the job for you. Cardiff and me alone to know what? Playing which percentage? 100%, man. You think what? Life is free? You think it's free, man? You think it's free? You can get him for 100%. You don't give me 100. Players are playing up. No. Now plus a playing monthly fee about 10k, son. You want him? That's my offer. Take it. Study it and come back. Who is this guy? Which guy? Good afternoon. I have a question. Is it necessary to use team instructions for my tactic? Team instructions give your tactic a certain kind of a... Team instructions give your tactic the style, right? If you don't use team instructions, your tactic may not have a certain style. Have you noticed presets all have a style to attach to them? So is it necessary? You don't have to use all the team instructions, that's for sure. You can get away with one or two. Like things like the ones that you want to pay attention to is like this. You're out of possession, because this will basically set your team up when you don't have the ball. How do you want to defend? This team instruction, out of possession, is how do you want to defend? This team instruction is how do you want to move between defending to attacking and attacking to defending. This is basically the team instruction that defines that. And this finally is the one that you don't have to use a lot of, right? You generally don't need to use all of these team instructions, but they will, like, if your team isn't very good at, passing the ball, for example, then you should be playing on attacking with narrow. So you don't really need to, but understanding what these team instructions do, it can be helpful. Yeah. Yes, we're getting him back, man. Sign who for free, Alan? I have a question about the Firestorm. The Firestorm is a crazy ass tactic. So if you have a question about it, do the wingers need to have good position tactically? Who has to have 9 for positioning? Oh yeah, the Firestorm is a crazy ass tactic, right? So it's a very, very attacking tactic. Well, no, you don't need them to have good positioning, but you certainly want them to have bravery. And high work rates, because they're gonna have to come back and help you defend. Okay, we got Sim Tandi today. He's gonna be playing for this match, right? Against Portsmouth, to be giving him a chance. He's all confused. Arthur? What's your problem, son? Never mind, Arthur. You come here, you play. You play in that position, Arthur. We're not going to be talking in Indian accent because, we've got Simranjit Singh Tandi here. Right? He may not be able to understand the English way of speaking. So we have to be talking in an Indian way so that maybe he can understand us better. I'm Indian myself, so I'm making fun of my own race. Okay, so please don't, all you Indians out there, or think you're Indian, or you like Indians a lot and you think I'm offending the Indian race, yeah, get a grip. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's number 4? Who's number 4? Oh, because we are using Simranjit Singh Tandi, I have to put Carl Jenkinson here. Just in case. Hey, Jenkinson, what has happened to you? Thank you very much. Ryan is injured. Will Swan is not available. Christy Camacho. Camacho. Graban, you're playing in attack? My goodness. You're very bold today in the FA Cup. Well, you can be playing in attack. Myton, McKenna. McKenna? Oh, McKenna. Why, Dawson? What are you doing there? Dawson, you're very slow nowadays. Son, you not be playing. Bachiru, you come here and play. Straight away, the whole place become a bit more green. You make everybody happy. Zach Lau? No. Zach Lau, you're not good enough for this team. You just shut up and sit down. Go join the ladies in the toilet. Okay. Okay, now Mighton. Blackett, Diallo, Blackett, Sau, Jenkinson, Worrell. Worrell is a very good defender. McKenna, Figueiredo. No, you're not. No, we can't sing stupid songs. Okay, here we go. It's time now for us to be playing this team called Portsmouth. Announcing the arrival of Simranjit Singh Tandi into the game. Yes. I fully expect you to keep our run going. This sounds like a very, very ambitious manager, but that's exactly me. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Alright, now we go look at the sunshine. Have we got sunshine today? Yes, we have no sunshine today. We want to see Simranjit Tandi running up there on the pitch. I was thinking using the Agrippa with Arsenal, but I have so many players to get rid of that I feel I might be wasting the test. I mean, Agrippa is a low control block, man. It can be good for a lot of teams as well. Right? It's entirely up to you. Oh, Simranjit Tandi cannot even tackle. What's wrong with him? Let's look at this boy here. He looks a bit confused, overawed by the equation. Where is he? Tandi is standing here. He doesn't want to get involved. He's like very confused. Now he's running back like a... Yes, go Tandi. Go Tandi. Mark Tandi. Mark Tandi. Very good. Yes. Simranjit Tandi. Yeah, go Tandi, why you let the fella turn? You idiot. Why you let the fella turn, Tandi? Huh? This guy, you don't let him turn. Understand? We close him down. This bloody idiot is coming down the flanks like a... Tandi, don't let him turn, understand? Okay. Can't help myself. Guys, seriously, I better stop, man. My wife's gonna come in. She's gonna tell me I'm making... My wife's the first one that's gonna slap me across the face if she hears me talking like this. How do you attack white space if you play, for example, against Liverpool, use wingbacks high? How do you attack? Yeah, because you overload, right? Overload. Push them to one side of the pitch. Then you unlock the other side. Yeah. And Liverpool, have you noticed Liverpool attack? When they don't overload very well, they struggle against teams camping. Sam Allardyce last night. Liverpool, the way Liverpool plays, that kind of thing, right? You have to do overloads very well. And it's not in Liverpool's toolkit. FYI. Yeah, Tandi. It's not in Liverpool's toolkit. Overloads, for your information. They're very counter-pressing side, so they need teams to actually come out and try and score goals or attack. And when they meet a Sam Allardyce kind of manager, where they have a team that's hell-bent on not attacking, they run into trouble. So they will struggle to create opportunities. That was what happened, man. I'm not subbing Tandi, man. Tandi is not going to be subbed. Mr. Simranjit Singh Tandi. He's going to be playing for 90 minutes. He's our superstar now. Lolly to Bong. Come on, Tandi. This is how you be playing on the right side, okay? Look at Bong. He doesn't give up. With a name like Bong, what do you think he does every day after the game? Eh? At least it's not Dong. Can you imagine if I have a player called Dong and Bong in the same team? Wow, we are having good times, man. Tandi with the ball. Tandi plays it off to Graban. Pantovic, you bloody piece of shit. You gave the ball away. Come on. Excuse me, I don't want to look at every single player. Pantovic gave the ball away. My goodness. Okay, we got to think about Panto. 6.6. He gave... for me, that role, right, that trequartista role, cannot afford to give the ball away. He's like in the worst possible place on the pitch. Okay, come on. Haiwala. Cannon. Wow. Haiwala. Cannon to Naylor. Okay, look at Tandi. Tandi is doing a good job here. Look at Tandi. Tandi is playing well. He's marking. He's close to this guy. He's not giving him space. Now go Tandi. Tandi opened up the space. How do you always show Tandi's name on the pitch? Yeah, all very easy. You just pause the button. Pause the keyboard. Then go into and click. There we go. Click. See Tandi? You can even do this for as many players as you want. Hold the control but key down. Now let's go pressing everybody. Done. We got all these players. Now we play. All of them will be showed up. You'll be very confused after that. You'll be very, very, very confused. Okay. So now you unclick. Go and click on one player. So if you want to see two players, so you've got Tandi here. Where's Figueiredo? Then we've got Tandi and Bong, my two fullbacks. So I can track how my two fullbacks are playing. So my two fullbacks will always be shown. Then when he lights up is the player closest to the ball. That's how sometimes you can even tell, right? Like zones. Like, sometimes I can tell whether when a player enters another guy's zone. Bashiru to Lolly. Lolly, sweet thing, you get us a corner. No, you don't. Best lone striker, role duty for short base. Right. Oh, Tandi won a header. Very good. Short base. What do you mean by short base? You mean short passing? Is that what you mean? Like quick tempo, short kind of football? I don't know what system you're using though. So there's like no role, right? Because it depends on what your system is. If you're playing like, for example, right? If you want a tactic where you get that striker to hold up the ball for other players, so you play like a short, like one-touch passing football formation, right? You can get the striker to drop and other players to come in and score off him. So like a 4-3-1-2, for example. Then or 4-2-3-1, right? That striker can be a complete 4 on support. It can be a DLF on support because he's on support duty. Like complete forward will be roaming. Whereas a DLF on support doesn't roam. He just drops and holds up the ball for other players. He hands the ball over to other players. So it depends on really what you want to do with your tactic. So like in a Graban. Oh man, Graban. How do you, okay, so I hope that helped you see how to see for the rest of the game, right? Tandi and Bong, you can see them for the whole game. Oh my goodness, the guy's name is Ebesilio. Tandi wins another header. Do you let me allow me to let you in on a secret. Most of us Sikhs, when we play football, the last thing we know how to do is hit the ball. Because some of us, for the better part of our lives, we actually wore turbans, right? So it's a bit hard to learn how to hit the ball when you're wearing something on your head. Okay, so yeah, it's for many years, right? Because I used to wear a turban when I was a kid, right, in school. So we used to play football. My friends would purposely send me crosses. They go like, Daljit, hit the ball. They wanted to see me hit the ball with my turban. So I had this, a wrap around. Yeah, so Simranjit son, Tandi, you done well. Oh, Tandi, you got yellow card. Our Tandi has got a lot of commitment in this game. So we have to talk to Tandi right now. And tell him to ease off the tackles. We don't want him to be sending off. We want him to finish the whole game. Zambelli, crossing Figueiredo. Lyle Taylor goes away. Lyle Taylor beats one. Lyle Taylor gets... Oh man, what exactly do you mean with Moneyball? Best possible outcome with least money spent using... Yeah, basically that's it. Best possible outcome with the least amount of money spent, okay, using analytics to identify players that you want to sign. So first up, you need a shortlist. You need to create a shortlist in the game. I already uploaded a shortlist into the Dropbox that you guys can use. And at the start of the stream, rather not at the start, right? Somewhere at the start of the stream, I was setting up my scouting filters. Setting up my shortlist basically, so that once my players come in, I can identify, I can add them to a shortlist. Now, the condition for adding them to the shortlist then depends on my pros and cons, right? So I have to look at certain pros and cons before I even start evaluating them. So this is the situation, right? So I've created my shortlist in my super short, my view for my player search window, and I also got my scouting shortlist, right? So these are two that I've set up. So when my scouts come back to me with a player, before they go into the shortlist for me to do the analytics, right, I will evaluate them based on pros and cons. So they have to be consistent. They should not have competitive streak in them. So if they make it, they pass, they go into the shortlist. So once they're in the shortlist, we continue scouting and analyzing them. And then then what we'll see is data start filling up for these players over the course of the season. Now, I'm planning for next season. So I'm looking for players that could possibly be good enough for us to sign, but I have to start the work now, right? Because it takes about, in my experience, right, it takes about, you can't do it in a month. It takes about 3 to 4, 5 months. You follow a target, you see how it's performing, then you make the decision on whether to sign him. So now, because we are in December, so it makes for a perfect opportunity to do that. Halftime, I'm not happy with performance. Think I'm happy. Where's Tandy? There we go. At halftime, you have to do the same thing. Again, you got to click on the player so he shows up throughout the whole match. So Tandy is not easing off tackles. Oi. Okay, Pantovic is not 7.2. Naylor, this guy. My goodness. Our Tandy is at 6.2. We have to have a little chat with Tandy. Encourage Tandy. His first day, man. We're managing the performance of Tandy, you know. Suddenly, this manager has lost the plot. He's only interested in one player, his own countryman. Because his mother, this guy's mother is bringing masala curry for me. I don't care about the rest of the team. I only want Tandy to have a good game. The rest of you, you're supposed to be having a good game, huh? So please, where's my Simrajing? Where's Sim Sing? I mean, Sim Sing. Yeah, man. That's what they... I mean, it's not so bad. At least he doesn't have the same name my brother had. Because when my brother went to school, he was very confused for the better part of his first 5 years in life. Because he thought he really was the only member of his race. Because his name was Jaswant Singh. So he went through life thinking he was the only one, right? Only one. Only special one in the world. Until I had to tell him, no, don't worry, Jaswant Singh. You got a lot of just ones in this world. There are a lot of just ones who are confused just like you. Tandy, oh, Lyle Taylor takes the ball down very well. McKenna, come on. Push it back. Tandy takes the ball. Plays it. What a pass from Tandy. How is that a penalty, man? Lolly puts it up. Bashiru. Bashiru is learning how to dive. Apparently, he's been watching the videos coming in from India. Have you ever seen the old Indian football clips? When they get tackled, right, they roll. You go and have coffee, you come back, he's still rolling on the ground. Tandy will be a star in Mohun Bagan. Definitely, man. He'll be a superstar for Mohun Bagan. Look, Pantovic. To Bragabagan. Give it to Tandy. He's on the other side. He's free. What's wrong with you? Pantovic, give it to Tandy. Tandy says, where's my ball? Bong. Yes, you can. Oh, Bong. What a waste of time. Chicken masala is very good, by the way. Yeah, I know, man. Will low line of engagement help for counter-attack? Yeah, of course. You have to have a low line. Counter-attacking tactics need a low line of engagement. Period. That's it. You have to draw teams in, right? So you can't create the line of engagement sets where the opposition are going to be. How deep you're going to allow the opposition to enter your half before you start your pressing engagements, your pressing intensity. So like our team has got a low line of engagement. So we're always inviting people in for a party. So it means, it does mean that I suffer a slight problem. I'm always defending. So you don't, please, I will always have this kind of statistics in my game. Like I don't have a lot of shots. But I'm also playing with a split block, which is a bit crazy. Pantovic to Arthur to Lyle Taylor. Plays it. Hey, Tandy, what's wrong with you? You thought you were going to go. Tandy thought he was going to the box to score. He ran forward for the pass. No, this boy. Man, I really need to get an instant replay button, man. He actually ran forward. Man. India got a level series. Oh man, cricket. Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I love cricket, man. But it's too expensive to watch cricket here. It's like me, man. I gotta pay like $200 just to watch cricket on the TV. It's crazy. I can't afford to watch cricket. And my wife will never let me watch cricket. It's just like, I mean, yeah, she's probably going to get very annoyed if I stop watching cricket because I'm the sort of person that watches the test match and after that watch the highlights of the test match. So no. Oh yes, sweet thing you. Nice. Defending very well. 86 minutes. Come on, boys. Keep defending. Put it into the box. Yes. Come on. Okay, now is a good time for us to do focus. Focus the entire team. Yeah, Lolly is gonna be taken off. You know, he's been having his issues. Then Pantovic. What but Chiru? No. I will put on the... Yeah, 2 substitutions. Cannon. What a save, man. What do you think about this season's transfers to Chelsea? Will it work or will they blow it? I think the transfers are fantastic for Chelsea. The question is whether or not they can actually... It reminds me of that time, right, when Spurs signed all those players right after the sale of what's his name, Gareth Bale, right? And then they struggled to get cohesion. So that's the only thing, right? But my issue right now with Chelsea is they're not. I seem to think they're not getting the best out of players like Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. So yeah, there's going to be issues. They're still doing well. I mean, there's still time. They're not like the bottom of the table. But I mean, Timo Werner, no, they're not getting the best out of that guy. It's a bit surprising. This is what I call Lublok brothers. We stay strong. We defend for long periods of time. And then we get our chances, we score from them. What a goal from Pantovic! The cheeky bugger. That cheeky devil. Back heels that goal. Watch this goal, man. Hey, what? No. We got TV for this one. This one is gonna be... Should I be behind goal? And then go low. Okay, let's watch this. Right, okay, watch this, okay? This is Pantovic here. No, it's here. Okay, then watch this. We can't see it from this angle. Not good enough. Okay, what behind goal is, of course, stupid angle. Director. Okay. Watch this goal. Oh, man, what a goal from Pantovic. What a goal from Pantovic, man. Tandi to Pantovic. Tandi Singh. Lyle Taylor. Fantastic performance from the boys. Where's Tandi? Better be running, Tandi. There you are. Whoa, Tandi! You're my hero, man, now. He is my hero. I love this boy. He's Simranjit Singh Tandi. What a signing. India will be very proud of you, son. Okay, never mind. Waste time. Simranjit Singh Tandi at one point at 6.2, right? We encouraged him as well. Okay, he picked up a yellow card. How's this? 6.4. Match rating 6.4. It's okay, lah. Simranjit Singh Tandi. I think you have a few issues during the game. Okay, players. Interceptions. Nottingham Forest. Interceptions. Sim Tandi. What's this? SBD. Shots blocked defending. Okay, not bad. No interceptions to speak of. Okay. Passes completion for Simranjit Singh Tandi. 29. He received 17 passes and completed 29 passes. So his completion rate is not very good. He lost a few passes. 2 of his passes were intercepted. So he's got to improve on his passing. Okay. Um, I don't think he made any mistakes though. So we go to Sim Tandi. Passing, vision, techniques 9. I think definitely we'll work on his technique. It's a big fight between agility and balance and passing and technique. So basically for us when we train this guy, 6 months of his life is going to be on agility and balance. 6 months of his life will be in passing training, because that is the one that improves his this one improves his vision, passing and technique. So but for now we're going to work on his agility and balance. I want this to at least get up to 10. So not too bad, man. We did okay. Can you briefly explain a low block counter-attacking strategy? Currently started in level 10 of English football. I always play expansive domination style, but I need a new perspective. Yeah, you don't need a new perspective. If your domination is working for you, why would you want to switch to low block? Because low block is all about sitting back and letting teams attack you. Not everybody enjoys that kind of football. Even I don't really enjoy that kind of football. It's like, getting clobbered happily. There's a video that I've just done called the Agrippa tactic, right? So that's a control block. It's not technically a low block, but it's close to. It's not as it's close to a low block itself, but it explains the whole low block there, or the whole block, because what you do with a low block is you basically want the opposition to come into your third, and then you want to compress them, right? You're using your line of engagement, using your defensive line. You're asking your players to tight mark and hard tackle, because you have to remember, this is something that most people don't think about in the game, is closing down, right? Each individual player has his own closing down zone, right? So within a line of engagement, if you can imagine every single player with a circle under their feet, right? Now you got a line of engagement, a defensive line, right? So when you stretch it, the circles are further apart, right? Right, because the spatial distances between the players is greater, right? So you play on so imagine you were playing on narrow defensive, with players are closer, right? When you lose the ball, so the spatial distances are closer, right? So the circles are going to be much more closer. Now, if you have a tactic where these players are now much more closer, then you apply tight marking on top of that. So when your players are not very far apart, so the opposition comes into your half, they also tight mark. So that's part of the low block, right? So what you're doing is you're creating compression, which is the reason why I really hate this, moving this bar. When you move that bar, you ask for trouble. Because what happens when you move that bar all the way is your zones start to overlap. Because you're forcing them to press, you're forcing those zones to become a bit more bigger. So you're getting those players to close down a bit more. So when you do a low block strategy, you don't want your players to be running around like headless chickens. You want them to be disciplined and organized. So part of a low block strategy is always to have discipline in your tactics. So this is what I have. So I've got discipline here. So this is basically a low block, right? So I call this a control block anyway. But I don't like to go any lower than this. This is for the guys who love a lot of pain. I'm not in that category, okay? This is like they come all the way to our half, like, right in front of our goal, and they can start taking pot shots at us. I don't want that. That's too bloody scary for me. Yeah, so it's your line of engagement. Your defensive line affects how. Okay, this is some people come up to me and tell me, but this affects my team without the ball. I'm like, jack shit does. Okay, this standard defensive line also affects your team when you have the ball, because it affects how the distances your players have to travel when they have the ball. Because when you play with a high defensive line, when you're actually asking your players to stand further away from goal when you don't have the ball. That's what you're doing, right? So sorry, you're telling your team to stand further away from goal when you have the ball. I stand corrected. So when you have a high defensive line, they're pushing even further away from goal, which is the reason why people always tell you get caught with balls over the top. You always see the animation, right, of the player running facing goal when they play with a high defensive line and one over the top. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's tough. This is hey, Joe Mako, how are you, man? 4-4-2. Chelsea shouldn't be playing with 4-4-2. They should play with a 4-2-3-1. Chelsea have to play with a 4-2-3-1. That's the only formation that makes sense with Timo Werner and Kai Havertz inside there. They have the players for a 4-2-3-1. I don't understand why they don't play one. This season is a very bad season for a lot of clubs. But a lot of these rich clubs, they stockpile youngsters, so they should not have they should have the opportunity to play them if they want to. So, right. Clubs like Chelsea and all. Simran Singh Tandi makes return to English football. Really? Oh, he was from Stoke. The boy was actually at Stoke, man. Simranjit Singh Tandi started his career at Leicester City. Made no appearances at the Foxes. Ended up spending some time with the Potters. Okay. Made no appearances for them. Ends up in Cyprus. Plays 13 games for them. Gets our attention after only playing one game and gets at 8, and we straight away go, we want to sign him. We got it for 275,000. Scouting meeting. So we got more information now. Once again, I'm not looking for any expensive players. Okay, so we got agent offer. Scout the player. So Hilal Suduni, we have information already on it. I'm ignoring the attributes at this point. I'm not even looking at attributes. I'm only looking at this. No one. Mario's scout report. Nope, not interested. Thanasis Androsus. Not interested. Anthony Gordon. No, low decision making. Okay. But that can be improved. Depends on his age. Depends on his age. Good personality. Very versatile. Okay. Alright. There we go. Low decision making. Mental's not very good. It's a combination of anticipation and everything else. How old is he? 19 years old. 1.2 million. We add him to our shortlist. Get analyst report. Bruno from Olympiacos. Also not interested. So these two guys are out. Thiago Silva. Okay. Midfielder center. Passing, vision, decisions. Off the ball, 14. Add him to the shortlist. This guy we're on a track. Definitely gonna track this guy. Dominic Iofa. Too expensive. Not interested. Adam Smith. The Economist. 29 years old. No, not interested. Yeah, forget it. It's gonna be too expensive anyway, so forget it. Wesco. But it's too old, right? Yeah. This got okay, done. Okay, now we go to our training calendar. Park the bus. There's actually a park. There's actually a park. See? When you create a tactic that is essentially a defensive tactic, even your ass man comes out with training sessions built for it. I like my ass man. Look at this. Because I created a low block system, right? That's what I'm using. It's apparently somebody told me in SI, one of the developers told me in SI that the training sessions, right, are also tied into your tactics because they did it in such a way that they will pick certain schedules based around the way you play. So I've been playing a low block all the way. Mine is a defensive tactic. They actually want me to do park the bus, man. Oh, gripper is like all about. I play a gripper only for my like heart, man. So it's all about having fun. I love this. I mean, like I like to play this game, but I'm not into the. Yeah, I mean, I can create those kind of like go crazy, attack. But I want to do stuff. Let me show you. Let me show you a game. I'll save this game. I'll show you my Sporting Lisbon game. This is my Sporting Lisbon game. Wait, hold on. Right, it's not here. We'll save the Sporting Lisbon later. I shouldn't be spoiling it. I want to show you guys the Sporting Lisbon, but no, I shouldn't. That'll be spoiling it. Calendar. But we're not going to do... Oh man, I don't do park the bus. We'll do park the bus for this week. Then we go back to a complete training session. For 1 week, we'll make the ass man happy with park the bus. Match tactics, match preparation, attacking movement, match preparation, defensive shape. I would want a recovery, rest, recovery, rest, match review, match review. Match review. That should be fine. Okay, match preparation, attacking movement, set piece, defending corners, set piece, attacking corners. Put you here and give you defensive shape. Done. Okay. So we got these. This is done. Okay. Alright. That's fine. Diallo set to sign for whatever. Okay, done. Who's Jazinho Fumon? I agreed to sign a player on a free. Seriously, I have to be very careful of my my ass-man. This guy has been signing players happily. My staff are very excited about signing players. I don't even know what these guys are like. Okay, scout. It's a competitive streak. Oi. Can we cancel this? Transfers. Coming in. Jazinho. Cancel offer. Yes. I went and signed a random Indian guy. Look, I want to play Moneyball. That's true. But look, I'm Indian. I want to be signing my Indian countryman, make him happy. Okay? So like, this is me. I love to do that. Simranjit's I'm like this. If I see a player called Bong Dong, Hardon, any of these names, I'll sign them too. I won't care about whether these players can play football or not. So I'll just use that with my tactic. That's the kind of person I am. Look, who doesn't want to have fun with this game, right? And along the way, we'll do some Moneyball as well. What is this guy? It's not too bad. This guy is actually quite good. What positions can he play? He can play a holding position. He rates as a B box-to-box player. Wow. He's got quite a lot of attributes that are pretty average then. Some pretty solid ones, but definitely has got work rate in there. He's got flair as well. That's why Mazzala came up. Ball winning midfielder is the fourth one. It means he's got tackling. He must have positioning. It's the flair, it's the vision that might be a bit low. Because apparently his playmaker it doesn't come up. So if I want to look at his attributes, right, he would be a high average in most of them, right? High average in a lot of them. Vision is missing. Yeah. Okay. Add to shortlist, get analyst report. But I can sign him, man. Shit. Oh. I can actually sign him. He's worth signing. Because he can play in a few positions here. His flag is only 10. 12, 12, 12. Middle of the road for most of the attributes. But I don't know his... Okay, add him to the shortlist. We get an analyst report first. Wheatley finishes scouting Ream. Forget it. Inconsistent. Tennessee not to get stuck in. Low bravery. But what position is he playing? It doesn't always have to be. This is fine. But it just means that my left back has to be very hardworking and my central midfielders have to be good. Right? Low bravery. Passing, vision, decisions, and acceleration. Well, he's okay. He's good cover for Lolly and can play in those positions. Not too far off as well. He's pretty young. He's got loads of room to develop. Don't want to sell. Add him to the short list. Kaminsky, 28-year-old centre back. Position role, pretty versatile. So you can play a few positions. Not too bad. What about the scout report? No work rate. Positioning 15, tackling 13, heading 10. This guy, forget it. Wow, we got a few more here now. Okay, so we're going to scout these players. Scout that player. Scout this player. Alright, we got this guy showing. Martin Kelly. Doesn't this sound familiar? 30-year-old Martin Kelly, no thank you. Okay, 1.8, 1.8, 100,000. Okay, fine. 26, 19. Who are you? Anthony Gordon. We've seen you before, right? Okay. Alright. .2 average rating only. So I already played 2 matches, 6.2. Okay. He's already on my short list, right? So we're gonna acknowledge him. So he's already on the short list, we can carry on. Later I can just go and find out more information. Nathan Teller, okay. Report, scout report, looking for, okay, done. Definitely can go and get an analyst report now. Tune, what's this? Oh, forget it, man. Josh Doig. Add to shortlist and analyst report. Ben Pearson. This guy is always a good signing. Historically, right? Every time I pick a club, right? I always end up. Ben Pearson is always one of those guys I want to try and sign. But let's see the scout report. Their competitive streak. Sorry, man. You don't pass the test. At what age can a player no longer be improved? Well, no longer be improved. I've seen players improve attributes when they're 28, 29 years old. So I would suggest that if you're looking, it depends on how much you want to, what you're talking about in terms of improvement, right? So sometimes players can improve attributes at the age of 28, 29, 30, but we're not talking about like 30 attribute points. That by the time about 2 or 3 attributes here or there, right? So that's what they're gonna do. So I would say that if you are into like youth, you want to see somebody develop as a youth player, then you're looking at signing them. By the time they're 27, 28, that's when the increases are not as much as before that. So but 26 and 27. Chelsea losing 3 in a row while having the biggest squad. Yeah, and exactly right. Chelsea is a very weird team. They should be doing a lot better with the squad that they have, but they're not doing that well with the squad that they have, which is very disappointing. Yeah, Guerrero, Camacho, Lolly. What happened to my superstar on the Freeman is injured, and then we had the it's unavailable, must be injured. Okay, seriously, where's Knockout? I don't even know where my own players are. Where's Knockout suddenly? This guy's not here. Okay, so these are not unavailable. What the hell happened to Knockout? Oh. He was on loan, right? And Fulham decided to. Fulham what? Well, he's gone back to Fulham. The kid is gone back to Fulham because he had January transfer window. We only had him for on loan for a short while. Yeah, Maiton. Bravery 13. Okay, what about Mr. Singh? I'll put you here. And I'll put Lyle Taylor here. Okay, let's go. I have the wrong 2 midfielders. Shit. Which tactic gets my wingers 1-1 with the opponent's fullbacks as often as possible? There's no such. I mean, it depends on the. I don't know which tactic does that. It's not like which tactic gives you one-on-ones with the fullbacks. It depends on the formation you play against, right? If their wingbacks are attacking, then yeah, you're gonna get a lot of one-on-one situations. But if their wingbacks are sitting back and they're doing a Sam Allardyce only, you're never gonna get one-on-ones unless you do overloads. So if you want a tactic which puts you 1v1 with your fullbacks all the time, right? You're looking at 4-3-3. Like a 4-3-3 formation, 3-4-3. Yeah, those are definitely going to give you a lot of 1v1 chances against their fullbacks. I like my Firestorm 3-4-1-2, right? The one I created puts a lot of pressure on opposition fullbacks, so much so that they can't even come out and attack. So yeah, definitely those kind of tactics will put you give you a chance of putting a lot of pressure on their backline. Speaking of which, right, why are we playing a low block against Millwall? We should be playing an attacking system. Anyone got a Bielsa replica? Bielsa replica tactics. Bielsa is difficult to replicate. You know why? You can replicate elements of Bielsa. But if you want to do a pure Bielsa replication, you have to apply man marking. Like throughout the whole team. All 11 of your players have to man mark the opposition players. That's Bielsa's football. Which is one of the reasons why when you look at Leeds, right? Sometimes when they're defending, all their players are like strung out all over the pitch. You can't really tell whether they have a tactical formation or not. That's Bielsa's system. So if you want a pure Bielsa replication, doesn't exist, man. If you want to do it in FM, you're gonna be caught out because the Football Manager does not like to man mark. The game man marking has been buggy in Football Manager since like the days of Championship Manager. So what we do normally in Football Manager is we try and implement some kind of we do it with zonal marking. So we do zonal and tight. Okay, so you can do that in Football Manager. So you basically using like a 4-3-3 or you can even use a 3-4-1-2 as well, right? And then what you do then is you tell the wider players if you're using a 4-3-3, right? Then you tell your AML and AMR to mark specific positions so they track the opposition fullbacks all the way. Then you get something close to Bielsa. But the closer you want to get to Bielsa, then you also have to look at your striker man marking their DC, your DM man marking their AMC, that kind of thing. You got to go into it and do it there's a lot of fine tuning to the system. And you got to be on top of it for 90 minutes of a game. So, yeah, it can be done, but it's a lot of work. You cannot get it 100% accurate. The best way is to do position marking, tight marking, hard tackling. You need a team of they have to be playing with high work rate. Yeah. There's a lot of fine tuning to that system. Because I remember reading an analysis of one of Bielsa's matches, and I was watching they had a picture of the team, right, following the man marking. So the guys were strung out in a straight line like this in the match. Where have we seen a team, right? You always see them like this, but this is like one straight line. All the players, boy, one straight line was hilarious to watch. So I tried to do one in FM20, but the only thing I can do in FM20 is coming up, almost similar. So in FM21, the similar principles would apply. So what you would do is you would look at a 4-3-3. Like I have a 4-3-3 in the bin, right? So I have one inside the Dropbox folder. So you take the tactic. Then what you do is you go to the tactic. Come to this position, right? You come here. This position, tell him. I mean, you don't do roam close down. I mean, you can do close down and mark tighter, but you come in here, mark specific position. This guy marks the right back. So the winger marks the right back. This guy marks the left back. And then you're playing a 4 with a DM, right? So the DM marks the AMC. So when the AMC comes in, that's who he marks, right? And then your striker marks the central defender. So you basically have to do this position marking for the whole game. And when you're playing against like a 5-3-2, then you have to do it again because they don't have fullbacks. They use wingbacks, right? So you have to go in there and set it again. So that is the reason why when people are home, Tandy has given away a penalty. So that is the reason why when we go into this game, if I want to create a Marcelo Bielsa replication, I only do it with the AML and AMR, right? So I do tight marking for the whole team, right? And then AML and AMR, I tell them to do the position marking. That's the closest I'll go to Bielsa. Because anything more than that, and I'll probably end up struggling, to actually because the man marking in FM21, the guys will go everywhere, like everywhere. I'll lose their positioning half the time, man. Come on, Lolly, inside the box. Shoots. Pass with fullbacks marking AMR. Marking the fullbacks marking the AML, AMR. Wait. Our fullbacks marking the AMR. They will, depends, right, on what you want to do, right? Because then it depends on the strategy. Because if you go defensive with narrow, then you're asking what will happen is that the gap between your fullback and your DC will be very wide. Because you remember this, if you told your team to defend narrow and then you do that position marking, it kind of messes things up. Because then you're telling your fullbacks to man mark their wingers. So then you got to be very careful in that kind of a setup. Then you have to be worried, right? So I wouldn't do that if I were you. Right? I wouldn't do that. I'll be more worried about. I'll just focus on just the AML, AMR. The downside with that is, of course, yeah, the amount of stamina and work rate that team will need just to get up the pitch and do something with the ball is just crazy, man. Yeah, we're not playing well. But this is a low block. I knew that I had to come into this match with a more attacking system. Look at this. The whole backline has got yellow cards. Gotta put Gaten Bong here. Nobody's doing anything, so... Bachiru, 2 for Yates. Does Route 1 football work on FM? Yeah, it does. It does. But soak and hit, like you're playing like just hoofing the ball, that kind of thing. Then it depends on these setups, right? They work in situations like if you're playing against, you have to, Route 1 football will only work if the team is attacking you. If they don't attack you, it won't work. We lost this match. Bad performance from us, man. We lost to Millwall. I made a mistake at the start of the game because I chose the wrong 2 defensive midfield. I just let the ass-man go with it. I chose the wrong 2 in central midfield. Sao is just Sao is just like a ball winner. So in fact, I shouldn't be using SOW in most of my games. Right? Bashiru has to start every single game. That was my mistake. And I don't know, I totally missed Knockout as well. I didn't realize Knockout at Fulham had decided to, keep him. Knockout was playing so well for us at the start of the season. Yes, Mr. Jammy Dodger G. Hey, thanks for your super chat the other day as well. I forgot to thank you. I didn't realize because I don't think my notifications were set up correctly that day. This bad match, man. But this is not their fault. It's actually mine. I screwed up with the player lineup. The player selection for the day. Shrewd spender. You're a shrewd spender. One of the reasons why I play Moneyball is because there's some achievements from playing like that as well. Alright, so this was a mistake. It should have been here. But Shiro should have been here. Lolly, Pantovic, Taylor, Guerrero, Blackett. Oh, no Blackett. Who's the other one I got for the next match? I can play Maiten or Lolly. Ribeiro is also not a bad option. Okay, and Tandy will always be playing for me. Okay. You want to get... Quick question. Under training on the left then calendar, each week you can set a training start. I can see you can import your custom shirts. I don't have the... what? Oh, hang on a minute. You should have that option. The only reason why you don't have the option is okay, look, you come with training, right? Schedule. So if you go to calendar, right? Okay, if you go to calendar here on this page, right? If you go to any one of these, custom, right? You won't be able to import anything here. This page, you can't. These are cached, right? These are cached from previous ones that you saved. So what you got to do is you got to go to schedules. You come to schedules, you go to custom, right? And then you import from here. Once you import a schedule from here, let's say, let me see if I go. Let me just delete a few of these, right? Okay. And let's just delete as many of these as I can. Right? Alright, so we delete all these. Alright, so we got deleted a few. So now I don't have bootcamp inside there, right? So if I import this now, I can import BTN bootcamp, load. Right, you see this confirm, you hit the save button. Right? Once you save it, if you come in here now, you see it cached, BTN Bootcamp. So when you go to calendar, it will show up here as well. Now, because on this page, you can't call in, you can't call up any. You can't call up any. What else is reset to BTN complete training? Oh, I see. Okay, that's it. BTN complete training. So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, 2 poachers up front is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It can still work. Middlesbrough opposition report. Oh, you see the things I didn't do before the last game. I'm an idiot. Really, I should be paying attention to all this, but I don't. Fluid counter attack. Let's see. Middlesbrough, not very. Shouldn't expect them to come and unload on me with a lot of shots on goal. Their conversion rate is also relatively poor. It's like 9% only. All right, so defensive efficiency. So basically, park the bus is the way they play the game. They don't really attack very much. Fluid counter attack. So they play deep. They play deep. Expected tactical style fluid counter attack. So they're going to be playing cautious fluid for most of the match. So let's try something against them. What's this Lucius Diamond? What the hell am I doing? Creating new tactics all of a sudden. I don't know what tactic this is. Molten Firefox. Attacking. My turn, commercial. Let's go. Drawing damage, Stella, engagement. We go with the once forward. Okay. Mazzala on attack with an inverted winger on attack. Hold your position, you might go this way now. Okay. Fullback attack going this way, you're gonna hold your position for this guy. Okay, where? A bit attacking this flank. This might put me under a lot of pressure on this flank, right? So this guy might drive across. He might drive this way, and so it makes sense to use an AP. Okay, all right. He might drive this way. Okay, let's see if this works. Well, what a time to try a new tactic. The Swiss bolt or Catanaccio might be a good tactic, man. How about Jose Marino replication? I mean, like, we created a tactic which is a control block. I already created a control block. Right? We can definitely go from there to create a lot of Jose Marino kind of style tactics. Like I did the Agrippa tactic, which is close enough. I mean, I'm not suggesting that's a Jose Mourinho replication 100%, but it's fun. You know, you can definitely work off that and start creating some Jose Mourinho kind of base systems. Okay, Pantovic. Yeah, we'll just see how this guy plays out. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that. I wasn't paying attention to his loan. Knockout. Knockat's gone back. Actually, I kept Knockout longer. But to be honest with you, also, Forest was spending a lot of money. So they had a lot of players on their books. So I didn't want to, keep so many players around. So he says it's gone. It doesn't really matter. Let's go to the sideline. Finally, I got a bright sunshiny day. Camacho is away. Camacho. Oh no. Oh, I forgot to put Tandy on. Did I? Oh, this is Christie. Blackett beats 1. Blackett beats 2. What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! Check this out. Blackett beats 1. Turns this guy. Goes up. There's another two coming for him. He goes down. He squares it for Pantovic. Pantovic gives us a great start to the tactic. You prefer 2 or 3 passes down field over route 1. Yeah. The inside forward and pressing forward is a good combination because both of them are putting a lot of pressure on the back line, right? So they're always forcing, they can also create a lot of situations where they create mistakes. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Figueiredo, Camacho, Worrell, Yates. Camacho holds out the ball, brings it in, looks up. It's going to be Graban. No, Camacho! Oh my goodness, he should have scored. The problem is FM, right? Any tactic that depends on man marking, you can't replicate it. Like man marking, you need like 10 players or 5 players or 7 players man marking, it can't work in FM. No way can it work. Because FM's man marking has been broken since Championship Manager. Just can't work man marking. Like, you want them to follow. In the end, what you get is a big mess after that. I mean, to a certain extent, that's what really happens in real man marking systems as well. But yeah, it doesn't really work. That's why I've really stopped trying man marking in Football Manager. Samba punches out. Camacho picks it up. Graban holds on to the ball. Graban says, "Come on, boys, follow me." No, it doesn't get far. Also, that was a really good goal from the boys, man. Pantovic. Bashiru. Arthur, you stupid fool. What a tackle from Blackett. Tavernier looks up. Oh, that should be offside, yeah. Knock to. When do you use hit early cross? Is it must for counter attack? Yeah, definitely. You don't use like work ball into box, right? Because work ball into box slows down your attacks as well. And then basically hit early crosses. You're generally telling your team to cross the ball before the opposition has time to settle, right, into their shit. So like this is like, so you're gonna see a lot of these like early crosses. Like I've got hit early cross set up. I could combine it pass into space for a more counter-attacking system. So we have this is standard line of engagement. This is like a mid block, right? I'm using this one. This is a mid block with an offside trap. So this is different. So I'm gonna have to put time marking on Akpom. Because the scouting report came back, right? Say they don't really attack very much, this opposition team. Right? So they get their conversion rates only about 8%. But they are not bad defensively, right? Because they actually sit back quite a lot to defend Middlesbrough. So I set up my stall to attack them. Instead of like playing my low block, it'll be a low block versus another low block. Like, hallelujah, it's gonna be a damn phenomenal good time, boy. So I'm like, decided, hey, attack them instead. Alright, so we've got a chance now to bring Simranjit Singh Tandi as well, right? Because Christie was on a yellow card. So second half, Simranjit Singh Tandi will be playing. Arthur. Go Christie. Go Christie. Go Christie. Oi. The keeper makes a dive. Did that help you? Hey, Tim, how are you, man? You finally caught me. How's the family doing? How's your mom? How your parents? I hope your Christmas back home is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'm not happy with your performance out there. Boom, everyone's motivated. Okay, tactics. We want to bring Simranjit Singh Tandi with us. Is he in here today? Oh, you stupid, useless manager. You never even bring your favorite player. What kind of a manager am I, right? Bloody, now the Simranjit's mother is not going to be making masala curry for me anymore. She said, why you never bring my son with you when he went to play against Middlesbrough? Huh? You useless manager, My son only agreed to sign on the dotted line because you said you're going to be playing him every single day. You're just like all the other Punjabi boys. You cannot keep your promises. Damn it. A great chance for Simranjit Singh Tandi to develop. Arthur to Camacho. Camacho to Yates. So Arthur. Yeah, Arthur runs. Pantovic, go, boy. Go! Oh man, Graban useless. He's standing here. He didn't even move. Roberts with the ball. Okay, boys. Track. Nice. You see this? Okay. Okay, let me check whether I have close down more. Yes, I have a split block. Yes, I have a split block. No mark. I don't do mark specific position. This is what I mean by close to Marcelo Bielsa. Alright, so I get these two guys to track. They are opposite fullbacks. See this? So they have to track, and then they're also closing down more. So they're always putting these guys under pressure. That tight marking on Akpom, right? So that he doesn't get away. Bloody hell, they scored from what? What did they score from? I looking at chat, they scored a goal. Bloody free kick, idiots. Arthur, Yates, Camacho. Panto. I think the curse of the mother is getting very angry with me. Okay, I want you to... yeah, he just plays a... he's not playing very well, Graban, so I'm going to try and see whether it's the role or the player. Okay, we got Samba Sao. Come here. Okay, done. Yeah, I'm particularly envious of every person right now who's spending Christmas, right, or this holiday where they have a chance of at least waking up to see some, you know, like a bit of snow in the morning, you know, that dirty snow like you get in London, right? So sometimes you wake up in London, you see all that. It's like you look at the roadside, you see this grey on the sides of the road, white and a bit of grey. And then you see some other country. It's just the weather and the temperature. I just miss that temperature right now. That chilly kind of temperature. Because right now, where I live, the daytime temperature is 32 degrees and the evening temperature is 26 degrees. So can you imagine the variance? So occasionally, it plays havoc on my sinuses, man. Bettinelli. It's Yates. Come on, Yates. Do something useful once in your life. Pass the ball. That's what I meant. Guerrero. They're in a 4-2-4, sons. You still don't want to change your tactic. Christie puts it out to touch. Betty. Give me the ball. Boom. Come on, boys. Track. Asa. Oh. Crossing. Spence. Fry. Hausen. It's through. Give it back to the keeper. Keeper clears the ball for dear life. Hall puts it back in. They clear. Guerrero holds on to the ball. Says, I'm going. Fry is in trouble. Come on. No, it's not. I love winter. You hate snow? Oh my God. I love snow. I absolutely love snow. I mean, come on. Between snow and rain, which do you prefer? You're getting winter. My winter is torrential downpours. Okay, it's like all I get is like I step out. It's like, okay, this is the situation where I live. Okay, 34 degrees in the morning, and then after that, like, after it's a torrential downpour. You step out. When you drive the car, you can't see 3 feet or 6 feet in front of you, kind of shit. So I do miss snow. So this is discard. We're not interested in 32. 31, we're not interested. 21-year-old fullback. I mean, come on. This guy. Okay, let's look at this, right? Fairly consistent. Left back. Can play as a winger. mean, I would sign this guy. His natural fitness isn't that bad. Okay, get analyst report. All right. Bartley. Kyle Bartley. Nope, not interested. He's got a competitive streak, which can sometimes lead into bending the rules. So this is one player that tackles other people, gets injured in the process. Definitely he's got poor decision making. Low footballing intelligence. Oh my goodness. On top of that, his waiver is passing. Seriously, son. You go tackling people, lose the ball, get injured, and give the ball away. No thanks. Refereeing was weak. What's wrong with you? Oh, I see. Because you lost the game, eh? Neil Warnock. Soft, fella. Alright, so let's see how we've done so far. So we have one defeat today. We lost to Millwall. But apart from everything else, we're doing okay. So we're building up our shortlist now. Let's see our shortlist. So this is our shortlist now. We've been adding players to our shortlist, right? Now, we're going to make sure that these are all the players that have been added to our shortlist so far. And we're going to start paying attention to all these players. Right, so this is our shortlist. We got our BTN Moneyball shortlist. This is it. Right. So some of these players, we don't have any information on them. Like, there's no matches played for him. That's fine. Okay. But you see, now you see how the numbers populating because analyst reports are going out. So this guy. Wait a minute. So this guy is outside of scouting scope. Never mind. That's our shortlist again. Why doesn't it stick, idiot? So eventually we'll populate and we'll just check. Right. So we're getting all these numbers in. So some of these we have to get scouting report. I don't know how this guy was inside here, but we'll assign the scouting pool for get scout report. That's enough. So some of these guys have to get scout reports. Okay, done. Fantasy, selfish, that's okay. That's fine. Again. There. So, I'll start analyzing these players to see who we're going to be tracking. So now the tracking begins because it's January. I'm not worried about signing players now. I'm worried about filling this up. Because we want to strengthen for next season, right? Or at least get ourselves promoted, right? So we're in a position to get ourselves promoted. We only have 3 scouts, so we have to make it all worth it. Because we're halfway through, we have a chance of we have a very strong chance of being promoted or at least being in the playoffs. So we plan for next season. So we go into the Premiership. We want to be strong enough to at least make sure that we don't come straight down. Finances. We're okay. We're in a very solid position, as you can see. 392 was 496. We've taken control of this because we also had a lot of players earlier on loan, right? So now we only have these guys on loan. Cyrus, Christie, and Cafu. In fact, if I can terminate his loan. That's it. We're terminating his loan. I'm not gonna keep him. There's no point. We're just wasting money having him around. So now we're keeping our finances. We're gonna try and keep a really tight rein on our finances, so that I can actually play with a budget later as well. See this? Look at that. 8.3 potential there, right? So we got 496 here. We got a very nice buffer because of what we've just done. We're going to be financially in a really strong position by the end of the season, and then we can talk about adding strength. Then we begin. We got our money. What do you call this? This is the Moneyball shortlist, right? So we got our Moneyball shortlist slowly being built up as a result of scouting, right? So we add players to this list all the way. So what we can do is later, what we want to do is identify weak areas of our team. There's one very weak area in our team. This area, I need to strengthen this position, right? Because we got Furat Bashiru. He's okay. He's not too bad. But we get into a lot of trouble when Yates gets injured. There's no other player who can play in his position. We got Samba Sao, but he's like, he plays short, simple passes. He's 31 years old. I might as well sell him, right? So I'm going to sell this player while we can. So we're going to be looking for a player that can play segundo volante or a playmaker in this position. That's our first target. Our second target is actually a second striker. Okay, we're going to get another striker. And we're looking for either another... We already got Simranjit Singh Tandi. Okay, but we definitely need to get another right back as well. So we're going to always be looking at right backs. Got Carl Jenkinson. He's not too bad, but he's 28 years old. So looking for somebody who's young enough to walk in. Jack Colback, let's be serious. His acceleration is 9. Right? He's not going to be good enough for the Premiership. Michael Dawson, also no chance in hell that these guys are playing. So Dawson is not coming. Colback is not coming. Zach Clow is also not coming. Thank you for the fish, but you can go and, have a good time somewhere else. So a lot of these players are not going to be available to us. We are looking at my under 18s as well. They're developing. We're not looking at them right now. They're all on their own training programs, right? End of the season, we're going to see how they develop, right? Whether any of these are, in particular, we want to include into the first team. So that will happen much later. But the development, it's way too early, right? It's way too early. I mean, some of these, when you see a Bravery dropping this 3, it means he got injured. Right, so eventually we'll take a look at these players, but it's still too early. Most of the training ratings are very, very good. Most of these players are, all 8, 9, 9, 9. I only use one training program for all of them. So that should be fine. So it's still too early. It's only January, for heaven's sakes. Hey, so you're saving the game now. Let's switching cameras as well because the kids are almost home. Hello, Mo Mahmood. You look at XG for attackers. What metric do you pay attention when scouting for other players like midfielders? Like I did, I said it at the start of the show. At the start of the show, I look at for fullbacks, right? I'm looking for interceptions over headers. Interceptions over headers per 90 minutes. Like this, right? So this interceptions over 90 minutes versus headers won per 90 minutes. I want a player to have more interceptions over 90 minutes than headers won. This is a tackling ratio of my player. So so basically what I want to see is if fullbacks, right? When you have a fullback who has got a high interception rate, it generally means that he's got this. He's got interceptions on him. If not, if you have like a fullback who's got high headers, then maybe set pieces as well. But he hits the ball. I want to see him intercept the ball and then do something with the ball. So I'm looking at interceptions for fullbacks. For central midfielders, I'm looking for key passes over 90 minutes. I'm looking for pass completion percentages. I'm looking for high pass completion percentages. I'm looking to see how many key passes they play over 90 minutes and their assists per 90 minutes. So I'm looking at these numbers as well. So some of my, like in my team, for example, my best fullbacks right now, right, are two fullbacks. Gaten Bong, he has played quite a number of matches for me this season already, right? He averages something like about 1.5 key passes per game, right? So he is pretty good. And the other one I've got is a Yuri Ribeiro, also a left back who averages 1.5 key passes a game as well. Between them, right, they are better than all of my other fullbacks who generally give me like something like 0.17 key passes a game. So it's important. I like to track all this, like to see how players do, because key passes over 90 minutes, right, it's being tracked for all the matches that they play. So for central midfielders as well, I like to do the same thing. Key passes over 90 minutes, assists over 90 minutes, and chances created over 90 minutes, right? So this is for my playmakers, and I also use the same metric for inside forwards and inverted wingers as well. But for the inside forwards and inverted wingers, I also toss in XG, goals, and shot on target ratios. And those are inside the Dropbox. So in case you guys are wondering, what the hell is he talking about? These views and shit and stuff, it's too complicated for me to set up. Yeah, don't worry. It's in a Dropbox folder. Just go and pick them up and just put them. One is for the player search window. One is going to be for the shortlist window. You need 2 of them on, right? So if you're playing without attribute masking on, right? So if you're playing a game where you don't use attribute masking, which means literally you can see all the attributes, right? So you can use the first one, right? The BTN super, I think scouting super list, right? So you can put it there and then you can get all the information there. But if you're like me and you want your LLM saves or to be more challenging and you don't want to see the attributes, then you definitely have to scout them, say analysts, and get all this other information. And then then you'll be using the second view, right? Where you put them into a short list and then you can study those players. Yeah, so that's like that. Simple. It's so hard to compete with the big clubs. So yeah, man, it is quite tough. You have to go out there. Financially, you can't compete with them, so you have to use Moneyball. That's why I learned a long time ago. If you want to compete with the top clubs in the Premiership, you gotta assign the right kind of players who are undervalued, so to speak, right? Or because sometimes these players play well for other clubs, but they might be playing in a league that's where the player values are already inflated. You can't create a good 4-2-3-1 and you almost never win against a 4-2-3-1. Well, okay. Wow. First up, there are presets. Don't create one if you can't create one. Use the preset. Start with that preset. A vertical tiki-taka has a 4-2-3-1 inside there. So use a preset to begin with. If you can't defend against a 4-2-3-1, generally people are choosing the wrong two DMs or the wrong two players in the MC position and they're not using, because 4-2-3-1s, you have to have fullbacks who are very good at interceptions, because they are supposed to read the play and break the play up for you. You normally, if you're playing a low block 4-2-3-1, then it becomes very important, because those guys, they got to be able to read play danger and they have to be able to tackle. So most cases when people are struggling with their tactics, it's generally down to not being very certain about the attributes for the players. So I would definitely spend a bit more time understanding the attributes needed for winning the ball, for example. What do you need? You need mentals first. Okay, don't fall into the trap. Oh, he's got great tackling. No, you got to look at mentals first. Never look at technicals. Always never look at technicals first. Look at technicals last. Mentals first, then physical, then technicals, because that's the order in which they get. That's the order in which the human, an actual person processes. They do something, right? You always think about doing something, then there's the act of doing it, and then you will be able to assess whether he's doing it well, right? So, for example, you want to tackle somebody. You decide to tackle the person first. You see the need to tackle the person. So all these are mentals. You got nothing to do with tackling. So you're gonna, then you have to get into position to tackle the person. There's all the physical attributes. You have to take a step forward. That's a physical action, right? Then finally you do the tackle itself. That's the technical action. So that's why you gotta. The reason why I understand all this is because I did. When you understand the mind of the creator of the game, then you understand the game, right? So, and this is how they had set it up to be. Can you do game changers in my save? Yeah, okay. We'll have to, if you guys are on Discord, yeah, send it out. But tonight we're doing exclusive, right? So later on, in about 3 hours time. Yeah, 3 hours time, we're gonna do an exclusive stream on Discord. So guys, we definitely going to be doing all the tactics tonight. Yeah. Can the volante role be used with a ball winning midfielder? Yeah, you can. Definitely you can. Yeah. You can use it. Yeah. Definitely you can use a volante, because a volante is like a box-to-box, aggressive box-to-box player. You can definitely use it with a ball winning midfielder. Thoughts on a 3-1-4-2 system? 3-1-4-2, 3 with a DM and a 4 and a 2. Wingers have to get up the pitch. And you definitely want one of your central mid. Okay, either your wingers get up the pitch or at least one of your central midfielders is on attack duty. Yeah. Discord is for YouTube members or for people who support me on Patreon. Yeah. because it's a very big community, so we do quite a few things on Discord. So if you wanna be a member of my Discord channel, sorry guys, it's a closed community. So you get invited if you're a patron of the channel, or if you're a YouTube member. Anyway, I've got to round things up, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming on today's show. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. The kids are coming home. Yeah, he's hell bent on spending some time with me, man. So the kids are all set on wanting to jump on, and yeah, they already got plans. Their grandma, the grandma told me that my older boy has got plans on doing something nasty to me. She called me up just now. She said he's planning something on you. So he's been planning the whole day at his grandma's place to give me a shock on Christmas. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he wants to have fun. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for coming on today's stream. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. I want to thank all the phenomenal people who support the channel, the patrons, the YouTube, you guys, the members of the squad. You guys have been supporting me on YouTube as well. I mean, I didn't expect them to be so many of you, but there are quite a number of you right now already. So thank you very much. Yes, I took a break for a few days because of Christmas and wanting to spend time with my family. And yeah, I'm glad I did. And I'm glad, yeah, we're back. So you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.